Hi everyone, I'm Wendy, and today I'm showing you how to make a crunchy granola without oil or refined sugar. I love to make huge batches of this because it's so delicious that whenever I make it, I always wish I had more. Plus, if it's too much to eat right away, it stores really well in the freezer. The written recipe will be linked in the details below the video, and now let me show you how to make it. I'm starting by getting the wet ingredients into my high-powered blender to soak the dates. This will ensure that they blend really well. So I'm adding about a cup of roughly chopped pitted medjool dates, but you could use another variety of dates if you like. Along with that is about a half a cup of sweet potato puree and a cup of water. Later, I'll be adding vanilla bean powder to my dry ingredients, but if you wanted to use a liquid vanilla, you could throw that in here with the wet ingredients now. I'll set this aside while I mix up the dry ingredients. That starts with 8 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats. If you're gluten-free, just be sure to find ones that are certified gluten-free. Next, I'm adding 1 cup of chopped nuts, and I'm using a combination of walnuts and pecans, but you can use 1 cup of any combination of nuts or seeds that you like. If you want a really low-fat granola, you could also leave the nuts out and just add an extra cup of oats. On the other hand, if you'd like even more nuts or seeds in your granola, you could use fewer oats and more nuts. Like I always say in my videos, you're in charge in your kitchen, so I hope to inspire you to learn to adjust recipes to suit your personal preferences. Next up, I've got a 1/4 cup of ground flaxseed, and then I'm adding my spices. Today, I have 1½ tablespoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon of vanilla bean powder, and a ½ teaspoon each of cloves and nutmeg. I'll stir this up now before I add the wet ingredients to make sure the spices are well distributed. And this is another place where you can have some fun and change it up. Today I've used some common pumpkin pie spices, but you could use your favorite pre-made pumpkin pie spice blend, or an apple pie spice blend would be great as well. If you love the flavor of cinnamon alone, you could only use cinnamon. Or chocolate granola is another fantastic flavor. I personally try to avoid caffeine, so instead of cocoa or cacao, I'll just add a couple tablespoons of carob powder to make a chocolate-flavored granola. But whatever spices you use, once you have this all mixed up, it's time to blend up the wet ingredients. If you're using a high-powered blender, you should be able to get a really nice and smooth mixture, but if not, I'd recommend using a food processor instead. Once it's blended, pour that all over the dry ingredients and mix well until everything is evenly coated. It's pretty thick, so to ensure it's really evenly distributed, I like to get in there with my clean hands to really massage that glaze into the oats. Then I'll transfer the granola to 2 parchment-lined baking sheets. I bake this at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for about 1.5 to 2 hours. You can use a higher temperature and get this done faster, but I like baking it at a lower temperature so that it dries out and bakes more evenly. This also reduces the risk of some of your granola burning, which can happen more easily at the higher temperatures. So I put that in, and every 30 minutes I'll take it out, stir the granola around, and rotate the trays in the oven. Continue baking and stirring every half an hour until the granola starts to lightly brown. This will take about 1.5 to 2 hours. After that, I turn off the oven and leave the granola in there for another hour or 2 until it cools off. This ensures that the granola is uniformly dried out and perfectly crunchy. And then it's ready to enjoy on top of your favorite plant-based yogurt or smoothie bowl, along with some nice cream, or it also makes a great cold cereal replacement. Simply add it to a bowl with your favorite plant-based milk. Of course, it's also great as an easy, travel-friendly snack, which you can eat on its own or mix it with some dried fruit or even some chocolate chips. You can store this in an airtight container at room temperature, and it's never lasted longer than a week for me, so I can't say how much longer it would stay fresh. But you can also keep it in the freezer to extend its shelf life. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this low-fat, crunchy granola recipe, and subscribe for more plant-based recipe ideas. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.